This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, good afternoon. Shall I start the class? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Last class, అదేదో క్లోజ్ చేసేద్దాం షాడో. Last class I told you evaluation of breast lump and most of the investigations. So almost always elderly patient with a breast lump, it is CA breast unless until proven otherwise. So I told you triple assessment. Once again, I'll repeat, triple assessment includes history and physical examination, second radiological, that is ultrasound and mammogram, MRI, radiological investigations. So third is histology, histological evidence, fine needle aspiration cytology, FNAC, fine needle aspiration cytology. So most of the nowadays it is true cut biopsy, true cut, TRUCUT. So true cut biopsy, most people prefer true cut biopsy because additional information like estrogen receptor, progesterone receptor, all these can be obtained by what? True cut biopsy. Okay, good pathologists with FNAC, they can tell you it is carcinoma test, what type of carcinoma and all those things. Whereas with true cut biopsy, additional little more tissue is available. So ER, PR and all these other status can be evaluated. So with all these diagnostic modalities, we'll arrive upon CA breast. So basic staging, I'll tell you. Staging of CA breast. So mostly it come as in situ carcinoma and invasive carcinoma. In situ, IN, in situ means within. In situ carcinoma and invasive carcinoma. In situ further divided into lobular and ductal. Invasive further divided into lobular and ductal. I hope you are getting it. In situ, lobular, ductal. Invasive, lobular, ductal. So in situ carcinoma, in situ means IN SITU. In situ means within. So when you take lobular, it is within the lobules. When you say ductal, it is within the ducts. So a clear cut point is basement membrane has not been breached. So there is no breaching of the basement membrane. So once the basement membrane is breached, monitor is not clear. Okay. Once the basement membrane is breached, then it becomes invasive. So invasive carcinoma again further classified into lobular and ductal. So this is the basic classification. All of you should know. I'm repeating once again. All of you should know. In situ carcinoma, invasive carcinoma. In situ further divided into lobular, ductal. Invasive further divided into lobular and ductal. Here I showed you in this picture. Last time itself I showed you this picture. See, you can clearly see lobules. Those are lobules. Those are, please take down this picture. This is a structure, rough diagram of the structure of breast. So lobules, those round things are lobules. So around 22, average 200 lobules are present. Then ductules, then main ducts which drain into nipple areola complex. So that is, and rest of the breast tissue, fibrofatty breast tissue, I've drawn in green color. Rest of the fibrofatty breast tissue from skin to pectoralis fascia is anchored by Cooper's ligament. Rest of the fibrofatty tissue in the breast is anchored from skin to the, see, I've written here P means underlying pectoralis fascia, pectoralis major, pectoralis minor. And behind that is C. C is chest wall. So behind that is C. Chest wall, I again told you. What is chest wall? What is chest
Intercostal
wall?
muscle.
Intercostal muscles. First you say ribs.
Skeleton.
So between the ribs are present intercostal muscles. Then lower part, serratus anterior. These three. Ribs, serratus anterior, ribs, intercostal muscles and serratus anterior. So this is the basic classification of CA breast. All the others are subtypes, like ductal carcinoma in situ is further divided into comedo, COMEDO, comedocarcinoma, non-comedocarcinoma. So like that. And invasive ductal carcinoma. So many subtypes are there. Like Skirrus. This all you would have learned everything in pathology. Just go back and open the textbook. Skirrus, SCIR, Skirrus. Then there is other types like capitals NOS. What is NOS? Not otherwise specified. That is also poor prognosis only. All these Skirrus, not otherwise specified. All these are not a good prognostic tumors. Only medullary carcinoma has, moderate or good prognosis. Medullary carcinoma. All other tubular and all, so many types are there. So all these are variants or sub classifications of the main classification. Main classification is what? Once again I'll repeat. Invasive in situ, In situ means within the membranes, within the lobules. I mean, within the membrane, or basement membrane has not been breached, of the lobules and of the ducts. So in situ, subdivided, lobular and ductal. Again same, invasive subdivided into lobular and ductal. So let's go to TNM classification. All of you know. Okay, basic thing I'll tell you. Capital T, small x, TX means tumor not accessible. Then capital T, T and small is means tumor in situ. Then T0, a tumor not accessible. I mean tumor not evident. Then T1, tumor staging T1. T1 is what? 2 to 5 centimeters. T2 is what? No, T1 is less than 2 centimeters. Sorry, T1 is tumor less than 2 centimeters. Tumor less than 2 centimeters is T1. T2 is easy to remember. See, one of the most important classifications, TNM, is for breast, like breast, stomach, oral cavity, certain things. TNM classification is important. Like colon, you can depend on Duke's classification. So it depends. So one of the areas where TNM classification is important and often asked as 4 marks question. Just TNM classification alone is multiple times often asked as 4 marks question. Is CA breast? So you please listen carefully. T1, tumor less than 2 centimeters. T2, 2 to 5 centimeters. T3, greater than 5 centimeters. Understood? Understood? Yeah. T1, less than 2 centimeters. T2, 2 to 5 centimeters. T3, greater than 5 centimeters. Then T4, this is where most of the people will go wrong. T4 is subdivided into T4 A, B, C, D. This is where lot of people make mistakes. Lot of people make blunders, big mistakes, like greater than 10 centimeters and all that. It's not like that. T4A, please remember, T4A is chest wall involvement. Chest wall involvement. T4A, tumor of any size. See, T3 I told you greater than 5 centimeters. Now we are coming to T4. Here size is not important. Tumor of any size, but involvement of what? So T4A, involvement of chest wall. I already told you 100 times. What is chest wall? Again,
Ribs, intercostal muscles.
And serratus anterior. Good. Ribs, intercostal muscles, and serratus anterior. That's all. That is chest wall. T4B, T4B is involvement of skin involvement. T4B. So what is skin involvement? I told you last class.
Fat-like nodules, pseudo orange appearance.
Yeah, pure orange. Satellite nodules. Satellite nodules means nodules that are around 2 centimeters from the primary tumors, within 2 centimeters or maximum 2 centimeters. Nodules that are 2 centimeters. 1 minute. Rajesh, Rajesh, the connection going in. Rajesh. Okay, the connection has come back. The connection was lost, so I had to watch in the lane. Okay, we'll continue with the class. We'll continue with the class. So I was saying T4. Thanks.
Skin
T4B,
involvement.
skin involvement. So satellite nodules, pure orange. That is orange peel-like appearance. You know, orange peel, fruit. That is cutaneous edema. Orange peel-like appearance, I already told you. Any doubts you have when you return, please note down all these things. Meet me in person and rectify these doubts. Don't sit like that. Okay. Pure orange means orange peel-like appearance, only skin involvement. Okay. Subcutaneous, subcutaneous infiltration of the tumor causes mouths of the ducts will open on the surface of the skin. So when they are infiltrated, they'll remain open. So, and that will give an appearance like a peel of an orange peel appearance. That is due to infiltration of the subdermal lymphatics. All these are ducts only. Subdermal lymphatics by the tumor cells. In one word, it is called cutaneous edema. Cutaneous edema. So satellite nodules, pure orange, and what is the other one? What is the other one?
Ulceration and
Ulceration.
foundation.
Ulceration means, you know, ulcer, breach in continuity of the epithelium, and mucosa. Mucosa is inside. Here skin only, epithelium. So ulceration. Fungation means neglected ulcer, which has got infected and now it is foul smelling. So ulceration or fungation. So no other, only these three. TNM says only these three. Only three. Satellite nodules, pure orange, ulceration or fungation. That's all. Only these three things qualify as skin changes as per TNM. Do not add anything else. I told you dimpling and tethering are all not due to skin involvement. See this picture. Suppose the tumor is there inside the breast. then the Cooper ligaments will pull. Cooper ligaments will pull. So due to that, outside a dimple, outside on the surface of the skin, on the surface a dimple can form due to the pull of the ligaments of Cooper. So that is not a skin change. That is not skin change. So dimpling is not a skin change. Or skin change means only these three things. Please keep in mind. Fluid orange, satellite nodules, and ulceration. Okay. That is T4B. T4B. So T4C is what? T4C is A plus B. A plus B. That is both chest wall and skin. Both are involved. Both are infiltrated by the tumor. That is what? That is T4C. What is T4D? What is T4D?
Inflammatory
This
breast
also I've
cancer.
seen. Huh?
Inflammatory
Tell.
breast cancer.
Inflammatory breast carcinoma. Good. Inflammatory carcinoma. Inflammatory carcinoma of the breast. That does not mean that carcinoma has become inflamed or something like that. It is a variant of carcinoma breast. So it is a variant. It is a different type of variety. A different type of variety of carcinoma of breast. So how will it present? How will it present T4D inflammatory carcinoma? It will, please note down these
Fever.
words. No fever. See, it may, okay, some systemic symptoms like fever may be present, may not be present, but you know, characteristic findings are these. Please note down these. Diffuse brawny edema. Brawny means BRAWNY. Diffuse brawny edema. Diffuse brawny or diffuse edema. It right, textbook gives us brawny. Find out the definition. What is brawny? Like diffuse brawny edema. So BRAWNY. Diffuse edema, important, with erythroid edge. Erythroid means red colored edge is present. So most often this is mistaken for abscess, especially in younger women. Suppose even though she's not lactating, I told you breast abscess is more common in lactating women or in that age group if an abscess is formed. So most often here people mistake that edema and red colored edge, all these things they mistake it for what? Mistake it for abscess. And those who are not properly evaluated might take up the case, post it for incision and drainage. So when you give an incision, no, there is no pus is not come out, so it is not an abscess. It is not an abscess. So what will you do? What can you do? Anybody? Anybody just attempt? Already you've given an incision, no pus has come out. What are you going to do? Just attempt, yeah.
Histopathological examination.
Correct. Tell, who is it? Roll number what?
Histopathological examination, sir.
Yeah, who is it? Which roll number?
9, sir.
Huh?
9, sir.
Yeah, roll number 9. What's your name?
Divya, sir.
Okay, good, good. Okay, very good. Histopathological examination means just take a piece of tissue. Already you given an incision. Just take a piece of tissue and send for histological examination. So most of inflammatory carcinomas need tissue diagnosis only, not just FNAC. FNAC may not diagnose at all properly. So in these also there are subtypes, but these are not much necessary for MBBS level. If you want, I will. If you want, I will tell you later. So best, the thing to do is, in suspicious cases, send it for histopathology. Send it for histopathology, then it will come as inflammatory carcinoma of breast. See, this inflammatory carcinoma of breast, mostly tissue histological diagnosis, tissue diagnosis, not cytology, not cytology, tissue diagnosis you need. And what it is triple negative, so poor prognosis. It is not good prognosis like other this thing. So poor prognosis. I'll tell you what is triple negative. What is meant by triple negative, I will tell you. I'll come to that. So it is triple negative. So understood, all of you? P4A, B, C, D. Understood or not? All
Yes,
of
sir.
you. Roll number 9.
Sir.
She there or gone for snack?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, Divya. Okay, okay, we'll continue. So that is about T. Now I'll tell you about nodal status, N. So in most of the books it is little complicated. So you please remember, try to remember the main things first. Nodal status, you remember the main. So N1, N2, N3 has sub like A, B, C and all that. First you try to remember the main things first. So N1 means N1, ipsilateral mobile nodes. Please note down all of this. Ipsilateral means same side mobile nodes. Mobile nodes are present. So N2 is what? N2, ipsilateral fixed nodes. So N1 is ipsilateral. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, ipsilateral mobile nodes. So N1 is ipsilateral mobile nodes. N2 is ipsilateral fixed nodes. So N3 is supraclavicular nodes. So it has ABC. So just write mostly supraclavicular nodes. And internal mammary. Internal mammary you won't be able to palpate. Only when you percuss, directly you percuss on the mediastinum, like the direct percussion. Not placing a finger on the mediastinum and then percussing. That is not the way to percuss the mediastinum. Direct, use this finger, percussion finger, and directly percuss the mediastinum. So there dullness is there. So get a CT chest. So N3 is what? Supraclavicular nodes. I'll briefly tell you. Previously, supraclavicular nodes used to be taken as metastasis, M1 like that. But nowadays they have included it in N3. It is no longer M1. M1 is distant metastasis. So N3 is supraclavicular node involvement and internal mammary node. So it has subtypes. So mostly you please remember these main headings. So if you are getting confused, no need to remember ABC for each thing, each nodal status. So simplified, I told you, N1 ipsilateral mobile nodes, N2 ipsilateral fixed nodes, N3 supraclavicular nodes, ipsilateral only. Supraclavicular nodes or internal mammary nodes. So that is about nodal status. So M1 is what? M1. M0 no metastasis. M1 distant metastasis. So how do you know distant metastasis? You have examined.
PET
You have
scan.
examined. Yeah, okay, no need. PET scan is the ultimate last resolution. Before that, there are other simple things. First, you do a clinical examination. Check the skeletal system, skull, spine, ribs, and ends of the long bones. Check there are any what I told you. Skull, pulsatile masses, bony tenderness, and like ribs, pathological fractures. So all the skull, spine, ribs, and ends of the long bones like humerus, tibia, femur, tibia, ends of the long bones. What are you looking for? Pulsatile masses, bony tenderness. Bones are not tender, but suppose underlying some metastatic deposit is there, then there could be tenderness. And pathological fracture. Ribs are more prone for fractures. So some rib fracture you can feel. Okay, clinical examination first, then basic like chest X-ray, then bone scan. Finally, then whole body bone scan. Then some PET scan if needed. Otherwise, it's not recommended in or routinely recommended in all cases. PET scan. Okay. So that is T4. Okay. N0, N1, N2, N3, M0, M1. M0, M1. So with TNM classification, so here what we have, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. Stage 4 almost always in any carcinoma, it is distant metastasis. M1 positive means it will be under stage 4. So here you please remember, in stage 1 and stage 4, there are no A and B. No A and B in stage 1 and stage 4. Whereas stage 2 and stage 3 further divided into 2A, 2B, 3A, 3B. Understood? So mostly early breast carcinoma means usually it will come under stage 1, stage 2A, mostly 2A, 2B also like that. So that you please correlate this TNM into this. So advanced, locally advanced carcinoma. Locally advanced carcinoma means stage 3A and 3B. That is what? M0, M0, any T and any N. No distant metastasis, but it could be a tumor. I told you that T4A, B, C, D, T4A, T4B, like that. All I told you. T4C, T4D, and N0, N1, N2, 3, like that. So mostly locally advanced carcinoma breast comes mostly, it is stage 3A and B. Understood? You please go through once again this TNM correlation with stages. So early breast carcinoma usually comes under stage 1 and stage 2A, 2B. Mostly a 2A also. 2B sometimes it can fall in under locally advanced. Locally advanced is 3A and 3B. Distant metastasis is T4. Understood? Class
Yes,
rep
sir.
Divya, then Lakshmi Priya.
Yes, sir.
Understood all this? Okay, once we stage the disease, then we decide upon the treatment. Decide upon the treatment. Okay. Then we decide upon the treatment. So anybody asks, I want all of you to listen carefully. And this is the answer that is going to come out of your mouth. Okay. What is the treatment for? What is the treatment for CA breast? What is the treatment for CA breast? Divya, you try. Or
Sir,
anybody else? Tell. Go ahead.
removal of the tumor along with the axillary lymph nodes.
Okay, that is surgical treatment. Good. But what you should be saying here is multimodality treatment. Multimodality treatment. All of you please remember, multimodality treatment means you draw the diagram. You can draw CA breast 1, 2, 3, 4. So surgery, please write down this. Surgery, then
Radiotherapy.
radiotherapy, chemotherapy, hormonal therapy. Hormonal therapy. And now what is this? Uh, this nibs we are using. What is that? Cytokine therapy and all that. So mostly multimodality treatment, you please tell. Multimodality treatment. So investigations, I told you ERPR status, estrogen receptor, progesterone receptor, please note down this. HER2 new. Note down this, all of you. Receptor status, ER, PR, capitals, HER, then numerical 2, small letters, NEU. Have you noted down? ER, PR, HER2 new. So that HER2 stands for Herceptin. HERCEP, Herceptin. So Herceptin. Herceptin is a drug. Okay. HER2 status. This status is called HER2. Drug is called Herceptin. This status is called HER2 status. Just a minute. It's fine. Okay. ER status, PR status, and HER2 new status. So triple negative means ER negative, PR negative, and HER2 negative. HER2 negative is very bad prognosis. So triple negative is also bad prognosis. So first we'll deal with, I'll draw in another. First we'll deal with surgical treatment. See, simple, since this is okay, simple mastectomy is done for very small tumor, like T1 tumor less than 2 centimeters. Then, but even then, tumor may be very small. Tumor may be very small, but grade of the tumor might be high, and lymph nodes may be positive. Lymph nodes may be positive. So I've seen certain students telling in the exam, you know, for sake of this thing, you know, what is this? Breast conservation mastectomy, and that all is, you know, not needed for at your level. Then the examiner will ask you, what are the indications for breast conservation mastectomy? Then you have to tell tumor to breast size ratio, then all these things. So that and all is unnecessary. So as far as you are concerned, surgical treatment for CA breast is modified radical mastectomy. Modified radical mastectomy. Understood? I'll tell you what is meant by that. What is meant by modified radical mastectomy? I'll tell you. So modified radical mastectomy. So in this, what are all removed in this modified radical mastectomy? Tumor is removed. First, please note down these points. Tumor along with the breast tissue. This is how you will tell. Tumor along with the breast tissue, nipple areola complex, and lymph nodes in the axilla are removed in toto. INTO. In toto means in continuity. In continuity. All these are removed in continuity. In continuity, they are removed. So not like, you know, piecemeal. Not like piecemeal. Not like tumor has been removed first, then you are doing something there. Okay, while removing the tumor and breast, since this is fibrofatty tissue, it has come off, means okay, fine, keep it, but mostly in continuity. Then lymph nodes in the axilla are removed. Lymph nodes in the axilla are removed. See, radical, I'll tell you, radical mastectomy nobody is doing nowadays. I don't want anybody to say radical mastectomy. People are writing in the exam papers also. Options. The treatment is modified radical mastectomy. Radical mastectomy previously Halsted used to do. Halsted, you know, surgeon. HALSTED. STEAD, Halsted surgeon. He used to remove pectoralis major. See, all of you see here. See, this is the axilla. This is the pectoralis major muscle. All of you can see this muscle. This muscle is the pectoralis major. So pectoralis major, where it is inserted into the biceptal groove of the humerus. Humerus. See, humerus. This side. See, this is the. You can see, right? All of you can feel this major muscle on top. This is the pectoralis major muscle. So pectoralis major muscle, if it is removed, it is called what? Pectoralis major muscle, if it is
Radical
removed, it is radical mastectomy. Please remember, everybody, do not answer like this. Radical mastectomy, nobody is doing nowadays. So the surgical treatment is modified radical mastectomy. Modified radical mastectomy. Okay. So modified radical mastectomy, I told you, tumor is removed in toto. Tumor, first, what is removed means, first you'll tell tumor only. No, what are we doing here? Surgery is aimed at removal of the tumor. So tumor in continuity with the rest of the breast tissue, nipple areola complex, and nodes in the axilla are removed. So pectoralis major is not removed. See, pectoralis major muscle, I'll show you when you come to, you know, instruments and all these things, surgical operations. So this is the, okay, breast tissue. So it goes into the axilla. So here this pectoralis major tendon, we will retract. So when we retract the pectoralis major, what will you see beneath it? Pectoralis major tendon is retracted. Pectoralis major tendon is retracted. Then what will you see beneath it? Pectoralis minor. Pectoralis minor. Okay. That goes and attaches into the inferior border, coracoid process of scapula. So it is a small muscle. You can retract the pectoralis major. You can retract it. Use a retractor. Retract it. So under that, pectoralis minor is seen. Then pectoralis minor, it is attached to coracoid process of scapula. So I will, and so lymph nodes of the axilla. See, I told you the clinical description is different. You know, apical, central, lateral, you know, subscapular, supraclavicular. All these are clinical examination of the lymph nodes. So when it here surgical dissection here, lymph nodes are in relation to pectoralis minor. Please note down. All of you are understanding? You retract the pectoralis major. Retract the pectoralis major. Beneath that, pectoralis minor is found. So lymph nodes lie in relation to pectoralis minor tendon. Lymph nodes during surgery are in relation to which muscle?
Pectoralis minor.
Pectoralis minor. Good. Pectoralis minor. So I'll tell you the relations. how they lie. Easy to remember. See here, see lateral, suppose pectoralis major we have to retract, then pectoralis minor you will see. So 3 positions I'll tell you, do not confuse, okay? Very easy to remember. First is lateral. See, you can see my upper arm, lateral to the pectoralis major, I mean pectoralis minor, lateral. So L1, level 1 is lateral, level 2 is posterior, level 2 is posterior, behind, then level 3 is medial. Understood, all of you?
Yes,
So here
sir.
lateral, okay.
L1.
Yeah, lateral is L1. See, you can see my other hand. Lateral is L1. Then posterior. Posterior, you have to go posterior. That is level 2. L3 is medial. So lateral position, then posterior, then medial. In relation to pectoralis minor. See, the muscle is here, lateral group is lateral because they're lateral and they're easy to remove. Then if you want to go posterior and medial also, then you have to remove the muscle, or cut it and then resuture it, like that, to remove the level 2 and 3. Lateral nodes are lateral, right? Very easy to remove. Whereas 2 and 3 are posterior and medial. Medial means almost towards this side. Then how will you reach the posterior and medial side? You have to do something to the muscle.
By removing minor.
Yeah, by removing minor. So, by removing minor, very good. By removing minor, if you are able to remove level 2 and 3, then it is called. So when you have removed the minor, when you have removed the pectoralis minor muscle to clear level 1, level 2, level 3 nodes in the axilla, when you have removed pectoralis minor, it is called Patty's mastectomy. Patty's mastectomy. P-A-T-E-Y. Patties. If you have just cut the tendon, remove the lymph nodes and again sutured it back, then it is called scanlon. I will tell you these spellings. You have neither removed the muscle or cut it, only retracted it, then it is called AUCH arching clause. So here I have drawn a diagram. See, now you can clearly see. All of you can see.
Yes,
All
sir.
of you can see. First, note down the lymph nodes. Note down the lymph nodes. See, one is on the lateral side, 2 is posterior, 3 is medial. In relation to the pectoralis minor, I have not done. I have not drawn here. So 1, 2, 3. 3 in relation to pectoralis minor. pectoralis minor. So pectoralis minor nodes which are lateral to pectoralis minor are level 1. Posterior to pectoralis minor are level 2. Posterior to pectoralis minor are level 2. Then medial to pectoralis minor are level 3. Level 3. So 1, 2, 3. So if you have cut the muscle and you have removed it totally, pectoralis minor, see, then how you are able to go to pectoralis minor without doing anything to major? You can retract the major. You can retract the major. You can retract the major, then minor you can see. Then minor, three things you can do. Either remove it, cut it, and resuture it later. Cut the tendon. Cut the tendon. Then or just retract it. So if you cut the tendon, if you completely remove the muscle, it is called patties. Completely remove the muscle, and the lymph nodes. Please note down this. This is not given in all textbooks. I will ask when you get back. So patties mastectomy. Second, you can see, right? Class rep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
2 is Scanlon. 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 3 is Auchincloss. AUCHIN. AUCHIN. Auchincloss. Patties, Scanlon, Auchincloss. All of you note down? Noted down? Patties, Scanlon, Auchincloss. So patties is complete removal of pectoralis minor. Complete removal of pectoralis minor. Scanlon is what? You just cut the tendon where it is inserted. It is inserted where? Coracoid process of scapula. It goes behind pectoralis minor. So you cut it. When you cut it, then everything will become loose. Then you remove all the lymph nodes. Then you suture it back. So that is called Scanlon. If you neither remove it, and neither cut it, just you retract it. Auchincloss. So with Auchincloss, level 3 removal is not possible. Medial group. So if with just retraction, you cannot go. At the most, lateral and few posterior nodes you can remove, or posterior also it becomes little difficult. Okay, few posterior nodes you can remove. To come to the medial side without removing the muscle, just retracting it, it becomes little difficult. Okay, but anyway, we are giving radiotherapy and all these things. So it depends. So we can rely on other methods of treatment. So these are the 3 types. If the pectoralis minor is removed, it is patties. If it is just cut and resutured, it is called Scanlon.
And
Then Scanlon, SC Scanlon. So if it is just retracted, it is called Auchincloss. AUCHINCLOSS. All of you noted down the spelling. Okay, these are
yes,
given in Savistar. I don't think these are given in okay, New Bailey and Love might have mentioned it. So just go back and read. So this is a surgical treatment. So next is radiotherapy. So next is radiotherapy. Radiotherapy we have, chemotherapy we have, and hormonal therapy. So I have to go to superintendent's office. So almost 1 hour now. We
Yes, sir.
started at 2.
Yes, sir.
Shall I stop? Next class, shall we discuss? Next class, shall we discuss the other modalities of treatment? Other
Yes, sir.
modalities of treatment are. Hello? Yeah, other modalities of
Sir.
treatment. We'll discuss in next class. Divya?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next class.
Yes, sir. Next class, sir.
Radiotherapy, chemotherapy, and all these things. What is the significance of lobular carcinoma? What is the significance of lobular carcinoma? You please remind me. If I forget to tell, please remind me in next class. If somebody says invasive lobular carcinoma, then what should you keep in mind? Treatment modality will differ, will change. Understood?
Yes, sir.
We'll continue. Meanwhile, see, whatever is taught, you please go through. Please go back and read for at least half an hour, 1 hour, half an hour to 1 hour. Just go through what is there. So that is the best time it will get registered in your mind. So you leave it like that. You leave it like that, then everything will fly out of the brain. I don't know how much you are going to retain. So I think this batch has got good number of distinctions in pre-final, right? How many distinctions? How many distinctions in first class? This batch? Recently, I only written now. Class rep?
4 distinctions and 75 first classes, sir.
Okay, okay. Then very good, very good, very good. That is commendable. So here itself, clapping. When you come, we'll celebrate. So this year also I'm expecting. So whatever help you need, you please come straight away. We are there. Professors, assistant, associate assistant professors, or you ask us straight away. Whatever is needed, we will give. So please aim at good distinctions and as many first classes as possible. So please see, now we are in this thing, not so nice situations. So relying on online classes and all these things. But I tell you, 80% of the medicine, this is our own effort. Just go back and read, so you will understand. So only but you neglect that, then everything is gone. So it is not like, I'll tell you, it is not like Foucault's rotating mirror or some other rocket science. Here it is spectralis, major, minor, breast tissue, that's all. They are there. Not so much imagination is required. It is more of subject. You just try to understand a little bit, it will get registered, and no need for mugging also. So it is how much attention you pay and go back and understand it. If you are unable to understand, you please ask us. So with this, I'm going to stop the class. PPTs I'll give you, but PPTs are highly, not so reliable as much as textbook information. So all of you should have at least one textbook, Bailey and Love or something, to go back and refer. Not relying on some, okay, you're taking down these notes and all, good. But you should go back and read some subject. And best thing to do is read from the recommended textbook like Bailey and Love. Okay, we'll meet in the next class. Thank you. We'll meet. Class rep, please give the attendance to the department clerk.
Okay, sir.
Class, Pawan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Bye. Hello. And you are there to in an office. Yeah. I finished the class.